they're the ones you want to catch. Sorry mate, you're staying. You want it? Alrighty, today the plan is to whack a few big sand flathead, fillet. I'll show you how to pack them nicely, and we're going to make some amazing, easy boat ramp fish tacos. But for now, I better get some gear in the water. Leftover sortie bait. Pretty simple fishing today. Had an oyster rig, 2 hooks. It's about an 8-ounce lead. Sweet tentacle on that one. It's a nice skinny floppy sort of bait. Bit of yakka on send these down. Might have to make a few routes, a few moves to try and find. Start moving in 48 metres of water, sort of 48 to 50, 45 to 55 metres water temp, pretty good. Oh, that's it. Hit a patch. I might just put my cursor up. I could nearly sit on the electric, I reckon. Oh, double header. One wriggler and one nice one. The top one's a tiger, that orangey colour and those little spots. And that guy there is a nice sandy. You can see they're both different looking animals here. I'll put them side by side on here, and if you guys can just behave for a few seconds, you'll see the differences between them. Stop it, just behave, and you can then go back. Stop, like just stop for a sec. The quicker you stop, the quicker you go back. So there you go, bit of a difference between the two species. These guys got big teeth, as I said, the orange skin, but orange spots. This guy, the sandy, got blue spots. All right, I better get rid of this guy to start with. This is not recommended on tiger flathead either because their teeth are pretty hectic, but I'll just do it anyway. Come on, just pop out of there. And then this guy, pop that out in the box. That's better. If this is a flathead, it's a monster. I'm thinking this isn't a flatty, unless it's a proper big one. It's almost snapperish. Oh, it's a big gurnard. That's cool. Good eating. Great looking animal. These guys taste good too. Different to the latchet, this is a genuine gurnard. The latchet, you tend to get out that bit deeper and they've got those big spiky horns on them and stuff, but yeah, that guy, that's a gurnard. Great looking animal. Grunts and groans and carries on. How's the wings? And you get big fat fillets off those guys. Sorry mate, you're staying. Don't know if it's a better one or if it's just the lighter rod. There we go, come on. That's a bit better. There we go. That is some prime eating right there. And I've had to make a few moves before I've sort of got anything going here. And I went to 50 metres out to 55, and then I just thought I'll jump back into 45 and have a look. Yeah, how fat he is. He's not overly big, but Really good eating. First one in the box. Oh, don't tell me he got off. Oh no, he's there. It's got a bit of weight. It's probably foul hooked or something. Be something right, flat and brown. Just keep looking over at that other rod because there's every chance. If there's one here, there'll be more. It's got the weight. That's the one we're after. That's better. They're the ones you want to catch. The fillets you get off these are unbelievable. We moved out into, 58 metres because I'm like, I just got to try and find some bigger ones. And at this point, it's paid off. Look at that. A ripping big fat flathead. That's a good one. In the box for you, buddy. That's better. Another good one, I think. I'd say so. Not as many bites out here, but bigger fish. I'll take that. Just using my little jig outfit. It's just comfortable to use with this up and down sort of fight. These flatties certainly aren't the world's best fighters, but they're good eating. It's another good one. Look at that. Happy with that. They're fat too. Check out the teeth on these guys. He's not overly long, but he's certainly overly fat. Right, I better get a bait back in because they'll just be in these little patches. Okay, so I just got those two fish drop, one in pretty quick succession, then just kept drifting for nothing. I put the cursor up when I first hooked that first one, so I'm going to go back up and do that same drift again because it was literally like a 200-metre stretch where all the bites happened. So I'll just loop around, and if it ends up being productive, then I'll just drop a proper mark for future reference. But for now, just having the cursor up, I can see where I am. That was instant. Got him. And that's all I did then. I missed that fish and I just free spooled just to get the rig back in the same spot. I don't know if it's the same fish or one of his mates. Probably a fair chance just be one of his mates has raced in and got the bait pretty quickly. That's got to get nailed too, one would think. Not quite as big, but he'll do. He's still a nice one. There's me flicker. There we go. Go again. All right, so the rig I'm using is very, very basic. Good old school paternoster rig, 50-pound leader, and short droppers. Well, not overly short droppers, but not long. One of them I've got a little bit longer that's going to sit right down near the bottom, and that one's actually the one that's been doing the damage today. This higher dropper hasn't done as good. So, but anyway, we keep it because, you know, if you hit a good patch, you'll get a double of flatties. Skinny baits that don't twist, that get down easy, that's the trick. I'm gonna give this about 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna go back up and do a really short drift again. And then the way this westerly's picking up, I might have to call it because it just makes it hard to hold over the fish. That's a better one. There we go. That's a keeper. Nice. Look at that. In the box for you, buddy. All right, that westerly has come up way harder than it was forecast, so I think I'm gonna run away because I can't even sort of hold now. I think I've got one here and that'll be it. We'll be going in. It's just too hard to fish in this. Just drift too quick. Like I've got the motor in reverse more now than I have out of gear. Oh, he's actually a little guy. I don't even know if he'll be size. Ah, not my best move. Yeah, he's just on 33, he can go back. All right, I think it's time for us to bail. That's annoying. The fish are here. Bonus to a westerly though, I suppose. The closer you get to shore, the calmer it's going to be. But out here, it's just comfortable. You're just fighting the wheel the whole time. All right, let's do this. Not a lot, but it'll make a good feed. All right. I personally love fish skin, so I like to scale my flatties. It also helps to hold the fillet together, so I'll just bang the scales off these guys quickly, and then we'll knock the fillets off. So these guys here are tiger flathead. The red spots, sort of orangey skin, and a serious mouthful of teeth. Fat as anything. Wait till you see the fillets that come off these big ones. So when you got your smaller scale species, so flathead, whiting, stuff like that, I really like a scaler that has smaller teeth, like that guy there, just a finer scale. For your big, you know, scaly fish, your snapper and mulloway and things like that, those, you know, big tooth scalers are great, but I just find those on these sorts of fish will often tear the skin when you start getting into it, whereas with this I can go ham on it and I don't worry about tearing the meat apart. All right, I always say it, but saltwater fish get washed in salt water. Don't wash them in fresh. I'm just giving these a quick bath to get the scales off that are stuck on them. Rinse that off. Alrighty, now let's get to business. The other one I've got is just a board that I have in the boat. Looks a little bit manky, but trust me, it's clean. I'm going to use my boning knife on this, nice and easy, in behind there, cut forward, up behind the back of the head, turn that knife sideways. And there we go, one fillet, two fillet, and this pelican, look at him, he's just like, yes. Dinner, and I didn't even have to work for it. Yeah, bud. Next, and this heavier blade boning knife is a better choice if you're going to be cutting through a few bones like this. All right, so from here, I'm going to trim the fillets up. I'm going to take these bones out, and for that, you want a flexible knife, because I hate bones in fillets of fish. And we have a beautiful piece of flathead. Okay, so fish is filleted. One thing I didn't do was wash it off. The last thing I want my fish to be is wet. So they're filleted, cleaned, and as dry as possible. Got my little portable vac sealer here. Best thing about this is when I get home, the mess is already cleaned up effectively. I get home, I don't have to pack fish. I don't have to do anything. From here, it'll go into the car fridge. And because I'm not going home for a few days, it just means that everything stays nice and cold, but also because you've already vac sealed it, it's going to last. So I'm just going to pack these into, I suppose, meal-sized lots. I'll just put that in there. So handy having a little portable vac sealer. Done. And a couple of beautiful meals. All right, well, here we are. It's the next day. I know I said I was going to rip back in and do some fish tacos for you, but the wind got up, and by the time I got in, it got late and I was well and truly over it. So here we are. Now I'm going to bang these together. You're going to love this. It's super simple. The weather looks amazing, and some of you may be going, why aren't you fishing? Trust me, there is a fair westerly cranking, and as soon as you get about 1 kilometre offshore, you know all about it. So I'm just tucked away in here, out of the wind. I'm hungry. This is now breakfast boat ramp tacos. Let's get to it. All right, so this is super simple to the point where all these bits are literally just stored in a tub. So you can keep it in the boat, you can do whatever, although the Kewpie mayo, you probably want to keep that in the fridge once it's open. We've got some flathead. These are a couple of the smaller pieces from yesterday. And I've got a bit of a mix here. You can use whatever you want. This is a chili and lime, and I'm going to put a little bit of chipotle in it as well. Now, the absolute thing that makes life so much easier rather than messing around with bowls and things like that is one freezer bag. So from here, I like this rice flour. It's nice and light and it cooks up beautifully. Just a bit of that in the bag. Probably just like 4 or 5 tablespoons will do. Then we'll go a bit of this little bad boy in there. A little bit of chipotle. All right, and then from there, you just mix this all around. There you go, and you can obviously do this at home, but you can see all the yummy bits in there. Then dust the flatty fillets in this flour. It just keeps all the mess contained. And then this is a handy little trick. So just some corn tortillas, but you can use whatever sort of tortilla you want. We'll just do 4 of them. All right, put that aside. A little bit of foil, and this will all make sense in a minute. But we need to warm these so that they taste better. So I'm just going to wrap these guys in here. Shove them to the side. I'll slice just a wedge of lemon. That can go over there, that's there, that's ready. That's for the end. All right. This thing cranks the heat out. This is a flame tamer Coleman cooker, and the whole idea is that the cookers are actually below so they don't get affected by wind, but obviously you've got your back piece here, wind sort of blowing through there, so this won't take long to heat. First part, those corn tortillas, we're just going to heat them up, give them a minute. We don't want too much heat because we're just warming these guys. All right, and I'll just keep flipping these. Like I said, we don't want them to burn, we just want heat to get through them. All right, they're hot now. What I'm using here is some rice bran oil because it's got a high smoke point, and that's important because we want to cook this fish nice and quick. And then let's just load them in. Where you want that good sizzle, because these won't take long at all. Love that. See how it's got that crispy looking skin? That's perfect. Super simple. They are done. And then just rip these guys out quickly. So that nice and brown, crispy looking, just how we want it. That was literally about, I reckon, 2 minutes of cooking time. Settle. I'll just leave that. Take this over here, just come back around this side. These tortillas are still warm. All right, this is the easy bit. On these little bad boys, close them up. We don't want them to go cold. Then, a little bit of coleslaw. Just a nice little bit of Cupid. That, and that. And then just a little bit more. And then, love lemon, so there you go. Boat ramp, fish taco, that easy. You like it? You want it? That's a good breakfast. Nice one. Such good eating.